All I want for the holidays this year is some NBA action. This week, new customers can score 150 instantly in bonus bets just for betting $5. An instant dub just for you.
The Lakers have a tough stretch coming up. Boston on Christmas, couple road games against the Timberwolves. So I'm definitely keeping my eye on these lines to see how DraftKings thinks LeBron and them boys are going to stack up.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins, Jenkins. New customers can get 150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on basketball. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins. The crown is yours. Welcome to Jenkins and Jonez on the Volume Podcast Network. It is Monday, December 18th, and we're very excited to have a bunch of great junk to talk to you about. So it's kind of a junk pile of topics today. Very excited. As always, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler, is your host.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Along with LeJethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, Bubbas?
I'm Gardy B, a.k.a. Mike.
Motherfucking Mike.
Coming to you live.
Coming to you live.
Produced by the lovely and talented Jackson Saffon.
What's
A couple quick updates up top as we get into the holiday weeks here. Please subscribe to youtube.com/@JenkinsandJones. Trying to get to 5,000 guys. Like and subscribe every video. If they unsubscribe and resubscribe, will that trick the algorithm in some way, Jackson?
No, it will not. But we do. The way to trick the algorithm is to have every single one of our fans, every single listener right now, log on, hit play on a video, and just walk away from your computer. Just let it run. Just hit play and walk away.
Is that fraud? Are you engaging in some light fraud right now?
I would say it's just a way to take advantage of a system that's taking advantage of us, you know?
Oh, fight back.
Yeah, fight the power.
Fight the power. Leave Jenkins and Jonez playing in a vacant room all day.
This is how you support your friends.
When you go home for the holidays, take your grandma's phone, download the YouTube app, subscribe to Jenkins and Jonez, and delete the app. You know what I mean? We just need to get the numbies up. That's all. I would
love to hear a grandma hearing us for the first time. You know what I mean? Don't delete the app. Just subscribe and see what happens. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Report back.
I'm very close to that with a donor to the 562 who's very much like a grandma figure in my life, who's like the sweetest lady in the world. And Jenkins and Jonez has come up at a couple of our board meetings because of the support I shout out the support you guys show when we launched the 562 and like helping to spread the message and all this other stuff. Like when we had like Pablo Torre telling me he'd heard of it and fuck that we were a nonprofit and stuff. I'm like, that's y'all. And she was like, she pulled me aside afterwards. She's like, I'd like to listen to this podcast that you're on. And I was like, nah.
You wouldn't.
She says, gosh. You know what I mean? It's like,
She says darn. Yeah. Darn. Not even darn. She says darn.
Yeah, we don't want to do
darn
that. Quick holiday schedule update. So you're obviously listening to this on Monday. We will have our regular episode on Thursday. Saturday's episode will be a holiday mailbag. So email jenkinsandjones at gmail.com with any questions or holiday stuff that you want us to discuss. And then we will not be releasing an episode on Christmas. Very sorry, but we're not recording on Christmas Eve. And then we'll talk. We'll give you an update on the schedule after that. But that's what we're looking at right now. So I don't want anyone to wake up on Christmas like, yes, there's a new Jenkins and Jonez under the tree, and then you found out that you didn't have it.
You had to spend time with your family.
Damn. You will have to watch 14 basketball games and an NFL game instead of listening to Jenkins and Jonez on Christmas. All right, the Detroit Pistons, guys. Ooh, Lord. It's
our
been bad.
Detroit Pistons. Our Detroit Pistons.
We are the official podcast.
Detroit Pistons.
Friends.
They need a friend right now, dog. They need everyone gathering around them right now.
The Pistons, it's bad and it keeps getting worse. Last night, Saturday night, they fall to 2-24 with a 32-point loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis had his kids on the court with him during shoot around. a couple writers for the Bucks pointed out, like, he is the most focused. Like, he doesn't even talk to people before the games. That's how focused he is. He had his sons like rebounding for him and getting him the ball and stuff. Like, he was. Someone said people are straight up treating the Pistons like a field trip. He had his kids sitting on the bench with him at the end of the game. They put Thanasis in the second quarter.
Wow.
4 minutes left, bro.
The human victory cigar can only burn, right? God damn.
I'll give a little context a bit later to the how historic this losing streak is. But what do we have left for the Pistons, guys? Like, do we have coping advice for fans? Do we have what the team should do with the pieces they've got? Do we have a speech for Monty Williams? Like, what do we do at this point?
It's
for
just,
our Pistons.
It feels like, I mean, we're witnessing something historic here. The homie Dave Dufour pointed out that the Pistons have as many wins this season as Draymond has suspensions, which is like wild as fuck.
Tyler, someone pointed out from since Halloween, they have the same number of wins as the Texas Rangers, who won the World Series, because they won 2 games at the beginning of November.
Unbelievable. God damn. We got to go all the way back to baseball. Like, bro, like, free agency is just about over with, dog. Like, sheesh. But yeah, man, it's some historic shit, and it's only going to get worse because, you know, like the point that you brought up a few episodes back, they're getting everyone's best shot now because no one wants to be the team to, you know, lose to these guys now. So, hey, I don't know, man. It's going to be a minute, dog. I think we're going to be here for a while. We might as well get comfortable.
I mean, the Nationals in the second quarter, I don't know if that's the best shot. I mean, it's, you know,
because the starters gave them their best shot for that first quarter and a half.
The first quarter when they drug their ass real quick. Yeah, but man, I wonder who's still watching. Are there any real, like, the people that Detroit Pistons fans that are still turning on every day to tap into this? I think we need to get one of them on the pod. I want to know, like, what this experience is like and what makes you keep watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, the last 3 years, like, trust the process. For how long are you going to trust this process? And this is the worst I think I've ever seen Detroit in my lifetime. I wonder who is still watching these games, man.
We do have someone lined up, but we know the agreement we have is, you know, we're going to get you on when the streak is over so we can talk about the streak in its totality. And here we are weeks later after we arranged that, you know. Still waiting.
We arranged that back when we didn't know where we were eating for Thanksgiving dinner yet. But
I forgot. It feel like
no, but it almost is worth having a separate conversation with a like regular fan on like, bro. But Hanif said he's
probably still not watching. I don't think the dude we have. I hope
Hanif said he has a friend who's a poet who has watched every minute of every game this year. Hanif said that.
Jesus.
Which is like, that's some tough shit.
Hey, poets, bro, tortured souls. Edgar Allan Poe shit right there. You feel me? Like that's what they're known for, man.
Edgar Allan Poe was tortured by incest and the oppressiveness of the American class system, as well as the risingly free access to drugs. And poets now are tortured by the Detroit Pistons.
Right. It's like when you have writer's block, some people like go to a cabin in the woods, and he's just like, I'm gonna watch the Pistons every day for 2 months.
He's tortured by incest?
Huh?
Edgar Allan Poe?
Yeah. I mean, he married his cousin, bro. Yeah, he married his cousin when she was like 13 and he was like 16 or something, I believe.
Bro, it was so filthy back then.
Baltimore dudes, bro. Nah, I'm just
/ Richmond dudes. Edgar Allan Poe spent a good chunk of his life in Richmond too.
Yes. So. Y'all got Edgar Allan Poe tour shit to do in Richmond, bro?
Yeah, we got a Poe house, the house where he like lived at, dead smack in the middle of like our bar hopping district. And there's been so many times I walked past there faded like Edgar Allan Poe was in there drunk as fuck like me writing some amazing shit. We're like the same dudes, drunk and broke and sad. Right? So yeah.
We're gonna get to this later.
The Poe house in Shockoe Bottom, bro. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, so when we come out there, I had to pull up to that. We went to all the Poe shit in Baltimore. It was cool as hell. That we're gonna talk about this later in the show, but that would have been a great moment to have a camera following you around, bro.
Yeah.
In the story of Dragonfly Jones, like here he is drunk outside of Edgar Allan Poe's house. All right, let's put some historical context on this Pistons shit. They're currently sitting at a losing streak of 23 losses in a row. That is tied for the 5th longest in NBA history. However, 2 of the teams above them, their losing streak went over 2 seasons. It was the end of one season, the start of another season. I understand why, for record-keeping purposes, those are long streaks. I don't think that's remotely the same as coming out and losing for 2, because at this point they're in danger of losing every game they play in November and December. So in terms of single season losing streaks, they are tied with 3 other teams right now in a 4-way tie for 5th. There are only 2 teams above them, and that is the Cleveland Cavs in 10-11 and the 76ers in 13-14.
The 9 and 72 Sixers. I was going to guess them.
So they have 26. They are 3 games away at this point from tying the longest single season losing streak. Their next games are at Atlanta, hosting Utah, and I really feel like it's the Utah game they got to win, because after that they're in Brooklyn twice, then they're in Boston, then they play the Raptors, and then maybe, I mean, if they've set a new record at that point, I guess the last hope would be at the Rockets January 1st. But, like, it's not a lot of windows there, especially because, as Tyler referenced, like, no one wants to be the team that loses to the Pistons right now. Like, the backups on teams who are tanking don't want to be the team that loses to the Pistons. You know what I mean? So I just don't know. Do you see hope in there? Is it the Jazz game? Like, where's our losing streak for our Pistons going to end?
I think the Raptors could be a sneaky possible. But yeah, it's
6 games from now.
Yeah. like 2024. But dog, I just do, like, they're gonna have to sneak someone. They're gonna have to have one of those nights where everything's going great for them and shit's going shitty for the other team, right? Like there's no match where you're like, okay, they match up great against this team. You know, that's where it snaps. It's like, bro, like I said, shit's just gonna have to go great for them and terrible for their opponent.
3 of their next 9 games. Only 3 of their next 9 games are at home also. They have 6 out of the next 9 on the road. I think the answer, if it's not Utah, who is not good, I think the answer, their best chance outside of that in the next coming weeks is December 26th. They're home against Brooklyn. They go to Brooklyn on the 23rd. You know it's hard to beat a team twice in a row. And the day after Christmas, the Nets have to travel to Detroit. I feel like that's their best shot.
When they said it's hard to beat a team twice in a row, they weren't talking about the Detroit Pistons.
That is true.
They didn't have that team in mind, because they wouldn't have said it if they did.
Because people have been, it's been a lot of consecutive ass whoopings strung together for those guys.
Yeah, as it turns out, it hasn't been that hard to beat the team 23 times in a row. So I do think when you look through the list of losses, that's what jumps out to me. This is not like, there's been some NFL losing streaks where it's like an overtime game, a late pick 6 or something. They're losing games by 30 points. Like, it has been a month since their team account tweeted text along with the score update. All they do is tweet the graphic with what quarter it was. It's done in emojis with like the white and black circles. They're not tweeting words at this point. It's just like, here is the fucking score, bro.
I think the social media team should lean into how trash they are. Let's have some fucking fun. The most exciting thing about the Pistons is that they're fucking horrible. Okay? You know, you're the social media team. Drum up some fucking attention with it. You feel me? That's all you can do. I think you should lean in, you know? I don't know how the players will feel about that.
I think they're, yeah. Well, I mean,
niggas garbage. I don't know.
Just tweet the score with like LOL and just keep
right.
It
Yeah,
like.
there's a funny way that's not disrespectful that you could lean into.
No, be
man. Might as
disrespectful.
well.
If you're on the Detroit Pistons social media team, I know it's been a difficult 2 months of figuring out what to do. Please just give your Twitter account to Tyler for 24 hours on a game day, and we'll promote it. Like what?
More engagement than you had your entire existence on your social media. That can be guaranteed. That'll be guaranteed.
Our sincere apologies to the Detroit Pistons. Yeah, anyway, God bless, bro. I don't know. Someone did point out that the Wingstop logo, because Wingstop sponsored their like score updates, has been moving further and further away from the actual numbers of the score on the graphic.
Yeah, they're trying to get away from them.
Yeah, it used to be right under the score real big, and now it's real small all the way in the corner. Like,
does that really affect Wingstop?
Yeah, when Wingstop is like offering free fucking wingless, boneless wings when they break the streak and shit, so. Yeah, Wingstop's gonna take a hit once that streak break, bro. Like you might want to dump your Wingstop stock Because that shit's gonna bottom out after that Detroit win, dog. Like those motherfuckers gonna get hit for a hella goddamn boneless wings, dog.
I'm just saying, like, you're trying to keep Wingstop in mind, right? By promoting, like if they're winning 15 games, nobody's paying attention to the Detroit Pistons. I think we're paying attention because they're so trash. So I think them losing is actually benefiting Wingstop as far as marketing. Yes,
they're getting a lot of free discussion.
You said what?
They're getting a lot of free discussion out of it.
So I don't know why they move it further away, but Tyler, I do agree with you.
Well, that's what we're talking about is they're moving it further away. So that maybe that's like if they were to do the like Twitter thing of like, they just make it like 1 point smaller every time they lose until it was like 1 pixel or something. I feel like that's a good that like there's a good thing to do. It's like generating some fresh for Wingstop. It's not that disrespectful to the players,
Right.
But it is sad, like because if you're a Lakers fan in Southern California, that like Wingstop, if you like Wingstop, which I do, it's like that's part of the culture of like the Lakers win, you get some Wingstop. You know what I mean? In Detroit, it's just like. For 2 months, you're like, I need these boneless wings. And I can't have them.
Just go buy the wings, dog.
There will be no wings this Christmas.
Right.
That's some shit for the poet to write about, bro. Christmas with no boneless wings.
No limit.
Because there is no joy in Detroit, bro.
All right, we got a grab bag of NBA topics from last night. I'll just read you these, and y'all can decide what you want to talk about. SGA hit a cold game winner against the Nuggets. Keegan Murray had 11 straight threes for the Kings, which sets a new NBA record. He was 11 of 12 from beyond the arc in the game. And Steph Curry with a vintage switch flip to beat the Nets with 37 points. What caught your guys' eye on Saturday night?
Steph's still out here carrying that fucking team when Draymond fucks up. A story as old as time, right? SGA, man, dog. I feel like he might be underrated. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we might not talk about this dude enough. He was a 30-point per game first team All NBA guy last season, right? And I feel like of course I don't think that OKC is going to sneak up on anyone. I think everyone knows this is a team who, if they get the right draw in the playoffs, they're probably winning a first round series, right? I think that people are very high on OKC, but SGA, that dude is different, man.
One thing I love about him is like how he plays the game. And we talk about this. I mean, I talk about it a lot. It's like he gets to his spots. He knows exactly what he's going to do. And on that game winner, he got to his spot. And you can't keep him from his fucking spots. He's so efficient watching him play basketball. I think this is the guy kids should watch. Don't watch Steph. You're not going to be Steph. And I'm not trying to like ruin anybody's dreams. Hey, 8-year-old, you can't be Steph. I'm not trying to do that, bro. But I mean,
you know what
I'm saying? If you want to emulate a player, SGA is the player to emulate because the way he plays basketball is repeatable, and that's why he's so efficient, bro.
I fuck with it. All right, we got the truly insane news, and I know I think we might have different opinions on this, but all reporting from the credible NFL reporters is that Aaron Rodgers is likely to be medically cleared this week to play professional football 3 months after tearing his Achilles. This has inspired everything from conspiracy theories that he actually had an ankle sprain. I think we pretty clearly saw the video of his fucking Achilles snaking up the back of his leg. So I think it was a legit injury. There was a kicker, I think, who came back after 4 months last year. I think this is just, as much as everyone wants to talk about Aaron Rodgers, my takeaway from this is medical science is a miracle. It continues to improve, and it is ludicrous how fast these athletes are coming back from what used to be career-ending or threatening injuries. But again, we had a kicker come back from an Achilles tear in 4 months last year for the Rams. So I don't know, man. This shit's crazy. But for Tyler, I know you were kind of like, don't buy it with Rodgers coming back, bro. So how do you feel about it?
I mean, my whole thing was, I tweeted out that, of course, if he could come back before the season is out, he would, because, he wants to pound his chest like, yeah, I know way more than medical professionals. And so many people, hopped in my mentions like, no, this is the Jets protecting him. They see the season is washed. No, first of all, like I want people who had that stance to realize you're, for one, saying the Jets are a competent franchise, like that's what you're basing this on, and two, you're saying Aaron Rodgers isn't a dickhead who's full of himself who wants to beat his chest in a moment like this, right? Like those are just two falsities that you're rooting your argument in. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, and like I said, I don't think that this is him, coming back to try to, steer the ship right for the Jets because they're done. There's no possible chance they can make it to the playoffs. This is him just coming, wanting to come back to show that, he's the guy who knows a bit more than these medical professionals. And we saw this shit coming a mile away from the very moment where he said he wanted to try to come back this season.
For me, I'm just thinking like doing that at 42. Like you're rushing back at 40 years old to play fucking football. I fell down a single step yesterday. And I sat there for like 2 minutes just to check that all my body parts were working correctly. I panicked, y'all. That was the most fear I felt in my life. I thought when I looked at my foot, my shit was going to be like this. A single step. This nigga is 40, just had an Achilles tear and running to get 300-pound men barreling at him. Insane. To prove who? Prove what? Yeah. Ridiculous.
I just completely I don't have any faith in this happening, but I wish we as a society would have the maturity to, if he is trying to make any kind of a point about medical science or medical professionals, as Tyler was saying, like he got the best surgeon to do this surgery because he's Aaron Rodgers. You didn't get someone who runs counter to the medical science profession. You got the guy.
You didn't get a guy. You got the guy. You know what I mean?
If Fauci is the guy in virology, which he is, you got the guy for Achilles tears. And because you trusted him and let him perform surgery on your fucking Achilles, you are going to be back faster than anyone thought possible. That is the proof of the medical science profession, not counter to it. All right. I want to talk about the moments, whether it's as a parent or as a human being, but like regular life moments when you wish you had a documentary crew following you. I would tell you, as good friends of theirs, I wish I had footage of Tyler drunk outside the Poe House. And I really wish I had footage of John falling down a single stair yesterday, because I bet that shit was funny as fuck.
That's some asshole shit. High moment to my lowest moment.
How did you fall down the step?
I was keeping up with what's going on overseas, you feel me? And I was tripping off of that and forgot there was a step there, figuratively and literally, and forgot there was a step there and fell so quickly that I didn't have a chance to break the fall. Like I was on the ground before I knew. My knee went straight into the ground. I literally thought my foot was going to be facing the opposite way. I thought I was going to look like, what we used to do to our action figures, bro. You feel me? Like the fear was worse than the actual pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm 40. It's so weird. You know what I mean? Anyway.
I had that happen last year when I was running.
One more thing. So like when Somi like has a boo-boo, we said we can give her special lotion. You know what I mean? And so I fell in front of Somi. I had Somi yesterday.
No, you fell in front of her?
Yeah, look. So Somi goes, "You fell down?" And then I go to pick myself up, and she comes to me. She says, "You need special lotion?" And I just bust out. No, Somi, Daddy's okay. Thank you very much, baby. You're so sweet.
That's so sweet, bro.
You need special lotion?
But that's so funny because to you, I mean, as adults, we fall down like once a decade or something.
Bro, I don't remember. I think I panicked. I think I panicked because I don't remember I haven't fell down in so long.
Right.
You know what I mean? That way.
But to a baby, it's like, oh, like daddy's doing my thing I do all the time.
The last time I fell down was when I tore my patellar tendon. That was 2016. That's the last time I fell. And so like I actually did this. It was weird. I actually did the same thing. I pushed back like, is everything working? I think like I maybe have trauma from that moment. It's crazy.
I'm sure you do. Like the last time I fell down, I was on a run. And it was just a mile 4 or something. I didn't clear a curb.
Yeah.
That I thought I was going to clear. But it's like you said, the fall happened in, like when you think about falling, which like all men, I'm like always thinking about like being in an action movie at some point during the day. You think that there's time to do things and there's no time to do anything. just like you start to fall and then you have fallen immediately. Like you said, I think there was someone who saw it happen who thought that I was like really seriously injured because I didn't move for like 30 seconds. And it was exactly what you said. Wiggle your toes,
Right.
move your ankle, flex your foot to see if your calf's okay. It was like all the way up. And then it was like, okay, I think I'm all right. Except I scraped my hands up on the concrete.
We used to be able to catch her fall at least. Like in mid-fall, I'd be like, "Oh, this is about to get me fucked up. Let me do what I can." Like even riding bikes, when I like pop a wheelie or do a jump or some shit, I'd be like, "Oh, this is about to get ugly. At least I can kind of brace myself in some way." What was so weird was I'd fallen before I didn't even think to brace myself. My hands didn't go that. My hands were still up with my knee in the ground. I'm like, bro, I'm done for. It's over with.
If there had been spikes there, if there had been a death pit there,
cook, bro.
you were not going to swing your way across the.
All right, all the situations that I think about that I'm certain I could make it out of.
Right.
Cooked. No chance, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. Have I ever told y'all how I dislocated my shoulder?
No.
When was this?
I was 18.
Okay.
So I had 3 surgeries on my right ankle. One of them when I was a senior in high school, a really major one right after high school where they took bone out, and it was like just an injury to my ankle, but the bottom of my whatever the tibia or fibula is had snapped off and was like floating around in the ankle. So it was like,
what did you do? What were you doing?
Running, just like being a teenager, like nothing. I did nothing to it. It was they think it was like congenital, that it was like the bone just grew too long, basically.
Okay.
But so they tried to just pin it down with like an arthroscopic surgery, and it didn't work. And so probably because I was being a teenager and continuing to play basketball and shit after I recovered,
Mike.
you know, after I recovered.
Okay.
But like, so the next surgery, it was like they took the bone out and then removed that chip and then put the bone back in. But I had like, I don't know, like 6 deck screws down one side of my leg and like 2 on the other. And so I was just in bed. This is actually when Shar and I started dating when I was 18. That was like, she just came over and like hung out of the house.
Real one.
So yes, our second date, she pushed me on a wheelchair to go see a movie. Like,
y'all was gonna be together forever, dog.
But anyway, I dislocated my shoulder while I was recovering from that surgery by falling out of bed and trying to catch myself with my left arm.
Bro, you've been old for a long time, I think.
God damn.
This man out of bed. Bro, that's like what you do in an old folks' home. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
Effectively, yes. I try to catch myself, but if you fall and your arm is behind you, then it's just like pops up. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
there was a good 3 weeks there where I was in a wheelchair with my left arm in a sling. That was like
at 18.
At 18. So that would be an example of a moment I do not want footage of, although it would be objectively hilarious, and I'm sure my kids would find it to be the funniest thing ever. But the moment I was thinking of that I wish I had footage of was Maya got her ears pierced a little while ago, and there's a whole level of care that I'm learning about having a daughter that like goes into how you have to keep the piercing clean, and there's only a certain earring that she has to wear that like is safe for her to have in all the time, and but she is a real baby about pain because she's my daughter. So while our son, we were giving the speech before he got vaccines and stuff like that about pain is temporary and it's okay to hurt and it's okay to feel bad about hurting and then it's okay to feel better, like all this other stuff. With our daughter, I was just like holding her and staring at the nurse like, if she feels the needle, like I am going to kill you, you know? So
You're going to die.
So she hasn't been like desensitized to it or whatever. And so anyway, she was like really struggling, but it was getting to the point where Shar was like doing the cleaning or changing the earrings for her in the mornings before she had to go to work. So she was like making Shar late because she was like running away. Like, nope, like we're not doing it, you know? And so I gave her a speech that was like, it was like an Any Given Sunday speech.
Hey,
bro.
man, let's give us a taste.
Okay, all right. I was.
I need a little bit of that.
But I wish I had video because she was locked in. Like had like I could see her eyes were like shining. They were like a little wet.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wish I could tell you that you were going to have a life with no pain in it. Like, there are parents who tell their kids that, and they are lying. I cannot lie to you because I love you, and I need you to be able to go in the world and handle a little bit of pain, because if you don't change it, it's going to get infected and it's going to be so much worse. And that's what life is. Like, we have to go through a little bit of shit to get to the stuff that's better. And if you don't go through it, it makes it, if you put off dealing with that, it makes it so much worse. You know, like, but I was like,
yeah,
while
for sure.
While she was eating breakfast, and she was like, yeah.
Okay, Dad, I can take a little pain. It's
Yeah,
okay.
and then the next day, dude, she thugged it out. I was like, man, I wish I had that. Like, that was such a great
flex?
moment.
Did you actually
know what I mean?
go somewhere and flex after that shit? Like, I would have went in the mirror like, motherfucking super dad, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, after she thugged it out the next day.
Anytime you do great as a dad, I just like sent Shar a text. You know what I mean? It was like, I didn't really like let myself, I don't know, like feel that good about it. But I did wish I had.
I'm picturing Mike do the Austin Reeves. I'm him.
Right. Go into his office with all the comic books around him. I'm him. That's me. I'm him. Like, flexing in there and then getting back to writing.
But I want to know from your guys is, like I said, I want I've said the footage that I want, but what's an everyday moment? Like, what's a moment where you're like, this is me? Like, I wish I could immortalize this. You know what I mean? Like, what's a moment you need on video?
Just something in our everyday lives now, like in our day-to-day routine.
Yeah, or throughout. I mean, if you have some moment like that you could think of, like, I don't know. I just think it's we're not that far away. Like, I was at a track meet with the kids on Saturday, and there was a guy there filming his like 3-year-old daughter running a 60-meter sprint, but he had like a $5,000 camera rig. Like, he had the gimbal and the extendo microphone. And it was one of the cameras you carry and you can like run around with it and stuff. And I was just like, I said to Shar, I was like, this shit is so crazy, bro. And she looked at me and said, if that girl becomes an Olympian, that footage is going to be fire as fuck. Like, we're not that far away from having documentary level footage of every moment of our lives. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say it's every day, but it's like when I get in that zone where I'm like running a joke into the ground and irritating my wife, I feel like I'm at like a master at work in those moments, bro. like I remember when Beyonce first dropped Renaissance and on America's Got a Problem, right? Like, Beyonce says, that booty gonna do what it want to. And I would just like drop that shit in just like regular conversation and just annoy the shit out of my wife. Just random saying it. But hey, you know, that booty gonna do what it want to. That it is what it is. And she, right, it's just driving her insane. So I would say, yeah, when I get in the zone like that and I just run a joke into the ground and irritate my wife, bro, like that is one of my most proud moments when I reach that zone, dog.
Is it the Simpsons Sideshow Bob rake thing where it goes from funny to not funny to really not funny to hilarious, or does it just get progressively less funny and more annoying?
Yeah, it usually starts off funny, right? Like, she usually enjoys the joke, and then she's like, "All right, man, you're running that into the ground." And that only encourages me, right? Like, yeah, that's not the way to handle that, but yeah. So,
I mean, for me, I think as far as video would be of Somi, but like she's only 2, so we're still recording every single fucking thing, basically. I remember when I was like 21 or something, and I thought, I wish my life was scored by like Miles Davis. I wish like I could walk around with Miles Davis playing. I think all situations would be easier or less. As somebody that grew up with anxiety, I'd have less anxiety. You know what I mean? So that's the one. You said what?
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
you feel like it would make you less anxious.
I feel like if I'm playing jazz, you know, I'm in the background and it gives like it adequate. I mean, there's some things where I should be anxious, like if a bear is fucking chasing me, you know what I mean? Play the bear chasing Miles Davis. You feel me? But if there's like if the situation is playing the jazz that it needs to be played for the situation, it'll keep me with, you know, from feeling like a bear is chasing me when there's no bear chasing me. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like that will keep me more locked into, you know, the reality of the situation rather than where my brain is going. You feel me?
We gotta study your brain though. That would never have. I mean, I completely understand what you're saying, but that would never have occurred to me as like a way to like release anxiety. You know what I mean? That's a fascinating thought.
I think I have way my brain works. Remember I sent you that video because I kind of question how my brain works, right? You know what I mean? I sent y'all that little article or whatever, and how like I think in photos and have to speak to. I think in images and have to speak to the images. But the reason why I'll talk and jump into another topic without finishing that sentence is because images are constantly popping into my fucking head. You know what I mean? So it's good when I'm doing creative shit. But unless I'm like super locked in or like enthusiastic about something, like I'm always have images going into my brain.
Right.
You feel me? Or into my, I guess, this is medulla oblongata that causes. Anyway, let's not.
Yeah, but that does fascinate me because the three of us talked about that, about the different ways that the brain processes and thinks things. Like I don't ever think in images. Like when I'm writing, if I'm trying to like be evocative about something, I can call something up or I can create one in my head. But it's just straight words. You know what I mean? Like all the like when we found out that not everyone has an inner monologue, I had to like sit there and just think about it for like 5 minutes because it's like when I was like 6 years old, I was like, I have to get out of bed, like thinking it in, you know what I mean? Like thinking it in my head and then doing it. But like I just can't imagine just waking up and standing up with no words.
People don't have inner monologues like that?
Yeah, that was another study. It was like not everybody has them. And I mean, think about it. It makes sense. Like if we like human beings existed for quite some time without true like verbal language, so they had to have been getting out of. I don't know. It wasn't bed, but you know what I mean. They had to have been like getting up and eating or pooping without thinking I have to poop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I have an inner monologue, but it doesn't like I'll tell myself like I've got to bed, but I'll see myself getting out of bed. I don't. It's not.
I don't do that. That's just like so fascinating to me.
But I mean, Tyler thinks in both ways, right? Like Tyler,
I think in words and images. Like, shit. I'm thinking right now, like how I want some pizza today, and that's a sentence in my mind. Like I want pizza, and I'm thinking of like I'm visualizing a beautiful ass pepperoni slice. You know what I'm saying? So I do like both. You know?
Yeah, I think that's why I write differently from how I talk. You know what I'm saying? I'll be a pizza.
Tyler's got me craving pepperoni pizza at 8:53 in the morning on Sunday.
Right. Sunday pizzas, bro. They hit different, dog.
But I think that's why I write differently from how I talk, because I have time to sit and like you don't hear the thoughts fighting in my fucking head when I'm writing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
right. No, yeah, 100%. All right, we're gonna wrap up with our Ava Divine Dookie Butt of the week.
Wow, I love it.
Tyler,
I never looked it up. By the way.
Thank you. Good for not looking it up. Thank you to whichever one of the Jenkins and Jonez listeners suggested that to me on Twitter. It's a great
Divine. Ava Divine trademark sign. Dookie Butt of the week.
Tyler, I would venture that you are the top trademark sign humorist in American history, bro.
Hey, I don't even want to toot my home, but I feel like I really got that shit popping in the Twitter streets. I feel like nobody was trademarking shit before me, dog. But you know.
All right, Tyler, you're a Dookie Butt of the week.
I'm probably going with Colby Covington, MMA dude.
Bro,
like
talk about it.
Bro. Yeah, talked all that shit. This motherfucker went to the goddamn, to the pre-fight presser in a goddamn Uncle Sam suit, talking shit. Got his ass beat. His career's probably over because he's
a huge Trump guy, right? Like walked in with a MAGA hat,
right? Yeah, he got his ass beat. This is like his third loss in 5 fights. He's done. It's over for him. And this motherfucker just went at LeBron. It was like, you know, you stole $1 billion from this country. You can't even stand for the pledge. I'm like, bro, what the fuck type of 2014 ass grift is this? Like we've been here, we've done this. Like you are just beating a dead fucking horse. I know the whole point of this shit is to build hype for your fights, but it's like, dog, like it's like we're so past that stage. It felt like he was just, bringing up all the old material, and he was a dickhead. And did you see the slick shit he said to homie?
I was about to talk about that. Yeah, he talked about his dead
about his dead pops. He's talking about he's talking about I'm gonna send you to hell. Maybe you can say hi to your pops while you're there. Like, come on, man. Yeah, so good riddance to that dude. I hope we never see him again.
I mean, he's been a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, he's been an asshole.
But even the MMA fan base, which generally kind of like it seems are fans of dickhead shit like that. The fact he has a fan base is insane to me. They were like, "You fucking tweaking," when he said that shit. Like, who in their right mind was going to think that was funny? You know what I mean? Like that was you had to have researched and known about that, and then thought to say that, and then prior to the situation, knew you were going to say that. I mean, it's just just true evil asshole shit. And I don't give a fuck about MMA for real, bro. I watch maybe 2 MMA fights every decade. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got up this morning and checked to see if his ass got his ass whooped, because I had a vested interest in this motherfucker getting his ass whooped after hearing him say that type shit. I already don't fuck with him, but yeah, man, that was horrible. And so yeah, shout out to Leon, bro.
Yeah,
You
Leon
know, doing
Edwards,
one for the home team, beating that nigga weak ass, man. I mean, and Kobe a dog. I think Kobe hasn't fought in 2 years because he was waiting for a championship fight. He wanted a belt fight. You know what I mean? So he hasn't fought in a while. But fuck him, man. I'm glad he got his ass whooped.
I also read he is a huge Trump fan, and I read so Donald Trump was there, and I read that there were some quotes that he was like, maybe he was like too nervous fighting in front of Donald Trump, which I think is like the funniest fucking shit ever. Like
Trump was supposed to put the belt on him. He said Trump's going to put the belt on me when I take it from Leon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And then Dana White to put the cherry on top of the of the right people crying the right kind of tears for my personal taste. Dana White said, yeah, Trump was never going to do that. That's fucking funny as hell. All right, John, you're Dookie Butt of the Week.
Have you heard about the dude that got swallowed by the whale?
No.
Yeah.
Jonah?
No.
Jonah? Pinocchio?
Pinocchio? Well, you talk about the little homie Pinocchio.
No,
with Pino, yeah.
No.
Oh, you're thinking of Nemo.
Nemo, motherfucking Nemo, hell yeah.
What did you say, Pinocchio? You call it Nemo Pinocchio?
No, Nemo from Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo, yeah. Well, okay, anyway. So, homie got swallowed by a whale, right? But I want to break down the shit that's happened to him because he's a lobster fisherman, right? The shit that happened to him prior. The guy that swallowed by a whale also survived a plane crash, 2 great white attacks, and being stranded in the middle of the ocean. Bro, why are you still doing what you're doing, my nigga, to get to the point to get swallowed by a whale? Like, all of that shit happened prior.
Wait, he survived being swallowed by a whale?
Yeah, he survived, dog.
How?
The whale came back up.
The whale was like, this is not plankton. It was
right. This is not.
He got hocked up by a whale?
Microscopic, isn't it? Yeah. But he got swallowed by a whale. And then, it basically was like, no, this isn't what I wanted. He came back up and spit him out. Yeah, so he's been inside of a whale. But prior to that, he's been stranded in the fucking ocean, 2 great white attacks, and 2 plane crashes just because he's him. You know what I mean? Survived them, bro. I'm just like, what do you have to do? What's going to have to take place for you to stop doing that job, G? It's whatever. Maybe others can do it.
Trying to tell us something about this man.
You said what?
The world is trying to tell us something about this man.
What, you think he's Jesus?
No, I think he's.
Or I think he's the Antichrist.
No, he's the one that gets away at the end of the Final Destination movie. But this dude is not supposed to be on planet Earth, bro. I mean, 2 plane crashes and a whale swallowing you. What else? What was the other one?
White attacks.
Stranded in the middle of the ocean and 2 great white attacks.
Bro, yeah, he's lived like 3 Tom Hanks movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's lived like Captain Phillips. He's lived fucking Castaway. God damn.
I mean, at first I was amazed. Oh, you got swallowed by a whale, right? And then I saw this of all the other shit that happened prior, and I'm like, why are you still there? You got attacked by 2 great whites, and then you got stranded in the middle of the ocean at one point. Why are you even there to get swallowed by the whale? Stay away. You feel me? It's crazy.
I'm gonna send the documentary crew that was coming to film me talking to Maya the next time to go follow that dude around.
That's what I said. I was like, bro, we making all these fucking movies. There's a banger right here that nobody's taking advantage of. There's
a backstory there, though. He's either the best guy in the world or the worst guy in the world. I haven't quite figured it out yet.
He's definitely got cocaine stuffed in those lobsters, bro. He's trafficking for sure, bro. That's the only thing that makes sense. And there's enough money in that for you to get your ass back in the water. It adds up, but you feel me?
Yeah. Jackson, your Dookie Butt of the Week.
My Dookie Butt of the Week, I feel like, has been one of our Dookie Butts of the Week multiple times before, is Twitter, X.
Mhm.
I went on, sometimes I go on Twitter desktop before I record just to like see if I've like missed anything or whatever. And on the sidebar on the left, it's like home, explore, notifications, messages, all the normal shit. And there's something I've never seen before called Grok, Grok, which is apparently something that Premium Plus subscribers can use, which is X's most advanced AI, and they've named it Grok. And like that has little like examples like pull up like what could you use Grok for? And it's just Google. It's like someone being like, who is Taylor Swift dating? And it just like based on our AI and the Twitter stuff, it's Travis Kelce, attended for the Chiefs. I'm like, what the hell do you need this for?
Grok. Isn't that the name of the like dinosaur from Transformers, the T-Rex motherfucker?
Grok.
Like I am Grok.
Are they just trying to get people not to leave the app? So instead of going to Google, you could just go to like a Twitter version of
But
Google.
they're trying to get you to pay $8 a month for Siri.
It seems like
basically.
It seems like it.
I don't know. My Dookie Butt of the Week might be this cat, bro. You need to chill the fuck out, homie.
Giving him that look though. Like you 2 steps from squaring off the fans, bro.
YouTube.com/@ Jenkins and Jonez. You can see Mike following his cat with his eyes. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Chill the fuck out, bro. All right. My Dookie Butt of the Week is did y'all hear that there was a video of a Republican Senate staffer engaging in sexual relations in the Senate hearing chambers?
Yeah.
What?
Speak on it. I'm not familiar.
Lauren Boebert?
Tyler, no. It was a dude, and he was getting barebacked, I guess is the technical term, in the Senate hearing chambers, and then like posted the video for some fucking reason.
He said he only posted this to his group chat, so there's a fungus among us.
Oh, okay.
Fungus
The
among us
ultimate,
was-
the fungus
Hold on,
among us.
Wait. In his group chat, he showed him tooting the booty up. He sent that to the homies.
Yeah.
There's group chats to be sending like videos. And
Not our
anyway.
group chats.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
But I mean, we're not in a young, in Washington, D.C., launching our careers stage of our lives. But like,
I guess I've got some wild shit in my day. So yeah.
I don't think you got that one on the resume, though, bro.
Not the truth.
Yeah, I fucking
But the moon.
on U.S. government grounds. That's sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't
different.
know. It was just
That's
one of
different.
those, like, I just woke up and was like, what's everyone talking about? Oh, that's what everyone's talking about. Wow.
I'm gonna tell y'all a
That would
wild
never
story.
occur to me.
I'm gonna tell y'all a wild. This is like an old Jenkins and Jonez story. Like, so this is a throwback vibe right here. But this is what being young is, right? It's not me. It's the homie told me it's the story. He was in the club clapping, right? You feel me? You're trying to clap. He was about to, you know what I'm saying? She tooted up. The club was kind of chill. They was ducked off in a little, doing some extra voyeuristic type shit. So his nerves built up because they were in a fucking club and he was about to clap the cheeks, right? So what he said was to get the joint in the vagina, he folded his dick. When it blocked out, he got it. And then he got hard enough to
He folded his dick.
And then when it unfolded, he was in the vagina. And that, allowed him to get an erection. But that's what being young is. And when he said it, I laughed, but it didn't seem like the craziest thing. So this story isn't that wild, I guess. If you have the opportunity to tune it up, maybe I have a friend that would have done that.
I think the craziest thing on the clip of the video that I saw is that the lights are just on. Like it's like lit for C-SPAN to be recording. But you're telling me your friend put it in the way that like drywall anchor screws work. That's crazy.
When he told me it was so wild, but it was still funny. It wasn't. It was a wild story, but it wasn't like not a him story. It was something that I expect coming from this dude. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
You
yeah,
see this
yeah.
crackhead cat?
Yeah, man.
There's
She's
a window
beautiful
behind
cat,
the
though.
computer.
She's
Yeah.
a beautiful cat.
Yeah, he's a good-looking cat. His name
Oh,
is Brisket, so maybe he's just like naturally attracted to the sound of Tyler's voice. He's just
Brisket. Good old bark there on Brisket.
All right, that's all the time we got. We'll be back on Thursday. We will see y'all then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.